Good morning, folks. We're out here on site at Tia Maria, and it's kind of a rainy day. We've had the last couple of days. We're struggling between a little bit of light showers and some heavy showers too. They kind of put a little bit of stop for a short period of time to the build. But we're here to check out what's going on site today. I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping that they've got the actual horizontal beams for the second floor completed. And I'm also hoping that they've started for our ground floor, starting to lace the rebar, or I should say put the rebar down and give us a good start. Because we're still continuing to go up to try to get that roof on, so they can actually start doing some of the interior work, because it'll waterproof the house and with the roof on it. And the crew can both work inside and out anytime they want without having to wait for the weather to dictate whether they can pour or not. So I don't expect it to be all finished today, at least the top, but I'm hoping they at least have the horizontal beams in place. So let's head on over and check it out, and you can see what I see. Let's do a quick weather check first. You can see the cloudy skies, and you can see the how wet it is on the ground here, but and this is just a real light sprinkle drizzle. The sun's fighting to come out, but all in all, I think they're going to be able to get some work done today. I can hear the noise of electric drill going over there at Ainsley's house, so I know they're working on his fence, and we can take a quick walk by and see how that progress looks as well. So, like I said, follow along and let's see where we take it. At least on the other side, let me spin over here. You can see the footings done for the build. I can see that they've put more patch coat on his house, filling those cracks in and stuff. You can see the workers up there working on getting as much sealing as they can possibly put on. Got a new carpenter. He's inside. That's not him there, but they have a new carpenter on site that's gonna hopefully expedite some of the delays we've had. But you can see that they've got the support columns started on this one fence line here, and you can also see this how the corner one is taller than the rest. That's going to be the one that actually has the electrical meter that goes to it. That's the reason why here you got to build your own. It's not done by the utility companies. So let's go check out our build and see what's going on. See, they got the cutoff saw cutting some of the rebar in for, it looks like the flooring here. But before we get into that, I want to check out the second floor. Let's wait till he finishes up and we'll head on over. As we step up onto the second floor, you can see that those forms are actually completed, and it looks like they've poured all those. They've got that center beam, or replicates a C-joist, and they're actually taking the forms off now. And this room looks like they've been poured as well too, so making progress on the second floor, which is good to see. I can see that the beams are in place, but they're not fully formed yet on the second floor, and I was hoping they would all be formed, so when they got a break in the weather, they could finish the pouring on these. And then once that's done, they could start putting that roof structure in place, get the subcontracting crew out here and have them start on that that roof structure. And we're still hoping that they'll be able to complete this here before the end of the year. I'm not sure, with Christmas coming up, that's going to be a tough task to get done with the weather not cooperating the way we would like it to. And you can see here that the beams are all in place, but there's no forms for them yet. Let me spin around here. You can get a better view of it. So that one's done. Let me check this back bedroom. A little hallway here. It's got the beams in place, partially formed, but they're not. And you can see the horizontal beams are here, and they're lacing them in. I call them collars, but that's not the proper term for them. Yeah, they call them stirrups. I've heard them on sites call them stirrups, but that's just my term here. And I've got the over the lanai. See if I can get you a good spot here with a good view. Got the beams done on up here. And you can see that over the line. They still need to be formed, so they get the flooring done, it'll be pretty awesome, to be honest with you. Here we are up on top here to give you guys a better view of what all the beams look like. Even though they're not completed, they still have some sections over there that need to be done, but it gives you an idea of what they look like and how they're done. They had actually tied the top portions of the front beam incorrectly, and they had to redo that front section on it. Fortunately, our builder caught that before they poured any of the concrete, so that was a good catch on his part, because that would have been a mistake as far as the overall strength goes on the design. And here's a nice view of what Tia Maria looks like from the second floor stores. But the main purpose of me up here was to get you guys a view of what all the beams look like before some have been poured, and some of them are formed but not poured, and then you have this back section over here that does not have any forms at all, and they haven't leveled them out yet, so they're still working on that portion of the build. So it's definitely a work in progress, and you can see what I'm seeing right from the start. That's why I come out here. I get a pretty good idea of the quality of the work that's done, and I can get a better understanding from my perspective on what it takes to build a house out here in the Philippines as compared to other places in the world. So for me, it's interesting, not only because it's my build, but it's just something I like to do. Let's head on downstairs, and we can see what's going on. We can see what's going on there. Wow, first thing you notice downstairs, you can see the rebar in place. You can see that they've set some gravel down, light sprinkling of gravel down here, and you can see where the actual floor and everything is starting to be formed. They got the rebar in place. I hope the lighting's good enough right camera to pick up this stuff. We're going to be able to pour that floor quicker than we thought. We've been working on getting it dried out, trying to keep it. You can still see the areas that the ceiling is leaking from. Of course, it's not raining real hard right now at the moment. And they're also digging up for the center beam here. They're actually going to put a beam in here, what's called a beam here in the concrete here, to help stiffen the areas up on the whole foundation floor. I was asking my builder about it earlier, and he says it's something that you should do on your builds when you've got this much of a span. It goes on the concrete, that it helps out that when you dig down and create basically another beam or a foundation or footing, whatever term you want to put on it, it actually gives you more strength because it takes that flex out of that concrete and gives it the stability that it needs. Another thing that I was looking at earlier was how they were going to pour on the outside. He was telling me that on any outside pour on the concrete, that they should be some type of a collar or some type of a support end, or even like a beam at the very end of the concrete where it starts. He goes, because if they don't do that, he goes, it weakens the concrete. At least that surface on that gives the structure a more integrity, more strength on it. Because on the other portions here along the wall, concrete comes up and butts up against your CHP blocks and has the support there. But on areas where they're digging out, it does not. And the same at the entryway over here. There's no walls. At least the walls are too far apart, so that's why they put that collar or that support end on the concrete. I'll show that to you once they get that formed up here. Let's go over here and see. These guys see the spots where we're marking for conduit for the cabinetry, and they're actually putting in some of the plumbing, some of the PHP for the, or I should say the PVC, their version of it, for right there. There's areas that have the sinks and drains, and from upstairs too. I'm not sure where that's going to tie into, but it's a pretty substantial size piece of PVC that they've got there. And you can see the spots where the air conditioning units are going to go in here. I'll probably have another one. I don't know if we're going to have one on that side. We'll have one over there definitely. I've been in contact with these guys, and I'm leaning toward the Daikin's. And like we talked about earlier, we widened up our kitchen by, well, like I said, it was about 24 square meters the way it actually, I should say square feet, I'm sorry, from the back of the original design. And it's going to open that up quite a bit. It's 8 inches deep by 24 feet long, and that's not going to cut into our kitchen. It's matter of fact, it's enlarged it quite a bit, which is what I want. I wanted a big kitchen. I want the room to kind of flow on these areas over here to give us that. And you can see over here in the garage, they're working to get this level. Gotta stay away from that music. I don't want to get any copyright infringements or get a little nasty gram from YouTube telling me that I'm violating somebody's copyright laws. So we'll get over here. But there's a lot going on here. A lot of stuff that's happening. So I'm hoping with this that this should be done January in the roof. So they're making some good progress here on our build. Very, very pleased today. This made my whole week seeing this rebar down, because it's just another step to getting closer to getting out of my rental into a living space here that I own, and I can take that pride of ownership, and more importantly, I can get my family here, and they can got more room to run, play, enjoy. A lot more room here than what I've got, more what I'm used to in the States. So right now, folks, I'm going to sign off for now. I see that they've had some increased patrols with the security. I hope that's there at the nighttime. I don't really care about the daytime because we got enough guys here on the job site. They put that little guard shack in, a little kiosk in there for look like it's manned anyway. But the important thing is to have the patrols at night. That's where they need it. That's where the break-ins have happened, and hopefully that's come to an end, because everybody's stepped up their game here. They're getting serious about the security. I know we are, and I know Ainsley is too. So that's one of the things that we had to take super serious after having those getting those reality checks. And I'm kind of glad it happened now. Better to do it now and find out ahead of time than and hopefully it won't happen after we move in. Well, folks, I just want to say thank you again for your support. I appreciate it very much. It is very much welcomed, and your comments are, as usual, some of your comments are pretty witty, pretty dead on. A lot of good info I've got from you guys on the security systems, and a lot of personal. I got a lot of feedback on my email, and that's always appreciated too. But we want to just tell you folks again, thank you, and if you like what you see, continue to hit that subscribe button, and stay safe, and God bless. Take care now.